What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Project Ozone 3 in Kappa mode. Last episode, we ended up making 1 million everything that has EMC. Okay, so not quite 1 million everything, but 1 million everything that has EMC, right? So if we look in our wireless terminal here, we can see pretty much everything shows 1.0 M as the total. Yeah, we do have some items up here that have more than 1 million. These are because we have items in barrels downstairs from like our mob farm, for instance. But for the vast majority of things that have EMC, we have 1 million of them, which is awesome. This episode, I would like to start knocking out some other quests, though. Yeah, I was looking through our quest book. Let's take a look here. So our quest lines. So the rewards, it says that we have something to claim, but we've seen this before where these are just like repeatable ones. And so they're always saying that you can claim them even though we've claimed them. Alpha, we are done. Beta, we are done. Gamma, we're done. Delta has seeds. Now this is kind of interesting. I would like to knock out these 2 seeds here and then try and take care of all the Prudentium crafting ones. Just get those completely knocked out. We're not going to do all of these today. We'll try and take them in chunks and just get them knocked out over the next few episodes, I think. But yeah, I'd like to knock these out. And then I was looking here, the Inferium armor core. We haven't even touched any of the armor stuff from Mystical Agriculture, which got me thinking, if we look here in the armor section, that is our next stop as far as making the next armor to upgrade. Yeah, so if we come over here and we start knocking these out and then knocking this out, that'll lead us into making better armor. Which, I mean, the armor that we're currently using is pretty cool. It does have creative flight, so I don't have to have the, I can't think of it, the ability totem? Is that what it's called? I don't have to have the ability totem, which is constantly taking away my, my hunger. But also, if I remove one piece of this armor, then I don't have creative flight anymore, even though I have the ability totem. It's kind of a weird thing. So if I take this all off, I can fly. But if I have one piece on, it makes me fall. Anyway. If we can get rid of this stuff and just have creative flight all the time, I think that would be super awesome. Anyway, so first things that I want to do, let's take a look at these zombie seeds. So zombie seeds are zombie chunks, which do have EMC, plus tier 1 crafting and Inferium. So this is going to be really simple to do. Let's just go ahead and knock this out real quick. So we want tier 1 crafting seed right there, knew it. And then we want a zombie chunk. This guy. No, not the zombie chunk. We want zombie seed. This guy. Yeah. So there we go. Zombie seed's done. That was super easy, right? Okay, so we'll claim that. And then we had ice seeds, which is ice plus the tier 1. You don't even need a chunk for that. Yeah, so that's pretty simple to do. Do we even have ice? We have 1 million ice. Okay, so ice seed. We are going to need to make ourselves the tier 1 crafting seed once again, which is really, really simple and fast to do. And there it is. There. Done. Easy, right? So I want to go ahead and knock out the rest of those. So I'm just going to go ahead and do those off camera. Just kind of knock these out. I'm not sure if we're going to 10-10-10 them or not. I think you might have to 10-10-10 them to like finish the pack completely. There might be a thing down here. I'm not sure. But anyway, we're just going to go ahead and get these seeds knocked out, get the quest complete. I'm going to knock out the seed reprocessor and try and get these things going, and then we'll be right back, guys. Well, so far I was able to craft up pretty much all of the seeds that I wanted to craft up, except for this aluminum one. Yep, this requires us to have Jazzlemine seeds. I guess that's how you pronounce it, I don't know. Apparently we never made these before. These are like the first tier, the AgriCraft tier aluminum. In order to do that, we need 10-10-10 potato and 10-10-10 barium, which is iron, of course. And we've already had those, like we made those a long time ago. There's the potato ones and we're down to 2 of these, but we can always, you know, duplicate those, whatever, like we do. But anyway, oh, I also changed out this chest to a shulker box. Apparently these purple diamond shulker box have EMC, so now we got 1 million of those. Yeah, so we need more storage. I put one of those there. Anyway, so yeah, I was about to make these and it's like, you can't plant these here. I'm like, why not? I already put the aluminum ore. Yeah, it turns out It's been a while since we last did this, that you need to plant them on gravel as well, right? So you have to have the aluminum ore plus gravel as a soil, and then you can plant these guys. Yeah, it's been a long time. Completely forgot about all of that. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and let those grow. We're gonna let them spread, do their thing. I'm gonna 10 them. I'm going to bring over our tick acceleration to speed this process up, and then hopefully we'll be able to get that last seed done, and then I can move on to these other things. Cool, so we got all of these quests done. This seed reprocessor is one of the things that we made, and it says it turns seeds into their respective essences. Not really that useful, especially since we have EMC for stuff. Maybe earlier game that would have been useful, but honestly, we were like auto harvesting and tick accelerating our crops and stuff. So yeah, I don't think I ever really would have used this at all anyway. But yeah, all of these seeds are done. The different armor cores are done. Let's go ahead and claim all. We'll grab all of that stuff. Yeah, so now we have the Intermedium, the Superium, and the Supremium left to do, and of course the Insanium tier, but we'll worry about that in the future. What I wanted to continue on, like we were talking about before, was the armor one, so under Iota. So Ulti-Tech Workbench, that's going to allow us to start down this armor set, and I'm pretty sure those cores we just made are required for this. So let's go ahead and... Oh, this has EMC too, that's kind of cool. Yeah, we'll go ahead and make this. That has EMC, that has EMC. So we won't have to make those again for the future tiers, because I assume, yeah, we're going to need those for the higher tiers later on. And the champion bench does not have EMC. Interesting. Anyway, so in order to make this guy here, we need the ultimate material, which requires a high-tech bench and some different items. I'm not sure if we have this guardian scale. Let's take a look. Let's take a look. So put all this stuff away. Okay, so scale. We have, oh, we do have a guardian scale. Guardian scale, Ender Dragon scale. Well, we needed one of those. We needed one of those. The ultimate material, that does. Okay, so we have those, and then we need a wither bone and infused lava. Wither bone and infused lava crystal. Okay, so that is everything that we need, and that will be used over here on the high-tech bench. So if we do that, this guy, well, the ultimate material, awesome. So the ultimate material, if we throw that in there, boom, 1 million of these things. So that's pretty cool. So now that we have that, we should be able to do these other things. So let's grab these other benches that we have here, and we're just going to toss that into our applied energistic system. So if we search for bench, yeah, now we got 1 million of those things. So the Ulti-Tech bench requires 6 of the materials plus 1 of each of these. Ultimate, we needed 6 of these guys, 1 of each of those. We're going to need some compressed obsidian, which does have EMC, 2 infused. Okay, so that is 8, 9 compressed, and then 2 infused. Infused lava. And then obsidian, compressed obsidian, that's 1x compressed. This isn't the same thing, so how do we make this stuff? So that is just on the workbench. Okay, so 9 obsidian on a workbench, easy enough. Put that right here, this, one of those, there's this, we'll learn it. We got 1 million of them, so now all we gotta do is take 9 of those. Very good. So we put all of this onto the high-tech bench to make the ultimate one. Oh, so I guess I need another high-tech bench. Let's grab that. High-tech bench. There it is. So this guy, that guy, this, that. Boom. Ulti-tech bench. Awesome. So that should be a quest complete. And then we'll learn this. I guess we can toss this one. If ever we need to craft something specifically on those, like we know about them now, so we don't have to worry about that. So there is our Ulti-Tech bench. That's super awesome. Okay, so now that we have that unlocked, this has unlocked the ability for us to do the Inferior armor and then the champion workbench. But yeah, let's start down this path here. So this wants us to do the Inferior Helmet, which is made using a bunch of Inferior ingots, Inferior armor core, and the Ender Dragon helmet. So I guess what we're gonna do, Inferium, let's go ahead and craft up. I don't know how many we're going to need. How about 100 ingots? I'm sure we'll use them at some point if we don't need that many. If I was making something like the Superium ingots, I'd definitely make sure I was counting exact amounts. But yeah, I think this is going to be just fine. So we'll grab some of those. We will grab the Dragon Armor. I'm going to use this stuff, not the stuff that we're currently wearing because I've already been damaged and it's got enchantments on it. And then we're going to need these armor cores, right? So I think we need 4 of those. So just craft those up real quick. Very good. What else do we need here for this? That's it. So let's go ahead and bookmark these things. So there's that one. Yeah, I guess we'll just do it this way, that one, and then that one. Cool. So if we come over here and we look at this recipe, so there is the Inferior Boots, the Inferior leggings, the Inferior, oh, we're out of that Inferior. There's 44 more of those, the Inferior chest plates, and finally the Inferior helmet. Oh, we're missing 2 more, so I need 102 of these things. I thought I was making more than what we needed just for simplicity, but no, we made just under what we needed. Okay, so there we go. So if we look at this armor real quick, so it's 2 armor and half a toughness. And this has 10 armor and 5 toughness, plus the chaos resistance. Like, this is so much better as far as, like, actual armor goes, but this is the lowest tier of the mystical agriculture armor. I'm not really sure how the Supremium armor compares, but yeah, that's pretty low tier in comparison, I would say. So the Inferior armor quest is now complete. So the next one, Prudent Iam. So this one requires us to have the previous armor tier as well, plus probably 102 of these ingots. I'm gonna go ahead and just start crafting all these things. No point doing it all on camera with you guys. I'll go ahead and start knocking those out and we'll be back, guys. Yay, Lord Craft! So yeah, we are trying to make the Prudent Iam armor, which requires a Prudent Iam ingots, which requires us to have mana infused ingots. We are running low on these things, so I'm trying to make some more of these. So in the Arcane Forge, you can put 2 mana infused ingots, which have EMC, plus the mana infused shard, which does not have EMC. The mana infused shard is made with mana infused dust. 2 of them makes one of those. These have EMC. Anyway, there's also the Arcane Construct that we could do, but that requires us to have mana, and then there's Molten Abyssal Knight, and this and this and that. Like, we could do this, and this is probably technically better, but honestly, I don't really see there being a problem here. Now, one thing I just discovered, you see I have dense crystal blocks in my hand here. You can right-click blocks of those crystals onto this, what is the void interface to add your mana. I didn't know you could do this before. I've always been doing 1 at a time. Oh, and it looks like if you go over, you lose out on those 8. Okay. Well, if you're impatient, you can lose a little bit. But again, this all has EMC and it's like rather cheap, so who cares? But yeah, so this is a really fast way to fill up your mana. So that's cool. So a lot of EMC, a lot of tick acceleration, and a lot of mana. So pretty easy stuff here. Just gonna take a little bit of time for me to get all these knocked out. Yeah, so I caught myself before crafting up all sorts of that mana-infused ingots. What we're going to end up doing here, guys, is we're going to make a block out of each one of these different types, I guess, tiers of ingots, and then we're going to animate them and spawn them in. That way we're not having to make so many of the mana-infused ingots. Yeah, that was starting to get a little tedious there, and yeah, I ended up just kind of AFKing because I lost interest in waiting on the Lordcraft stuff. But yeah, we need our Wand of Animation. Let's grab that guy again. It's in here somewhere. I do not see it. It's right here. Found it. So Wand of Animation. We need to blockify this. And then we're also going to need mob imprisonment tools. Mob. So we're going to need 5 of those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, and then we're going to want to rename each one of these. I don't know. Can you rename them and then capture the mob? Like if I rename this Inferium, like, does that work? I don't actually know. Let's try. So we go to the anvil here. We do this and we rename this. Inferium. Okay, so let's do that. Let's make the block. Do I have to make it here or do I have to use the other thing? I can make it here. Perfect. So this doesn't have EMC. That was my first thought. It was like, can we just, you know, EMC them? No, can't really do that. So let's animate this and grab it. And no, it loses the name if you name it and then capture a mob. So I do have to name it afterwards. Okay, well, now we know. So again, anvil this, and we will call this Mob Imprisonment Tool, Inferium. Good enough. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that for all of these. We're gonna start spawning them in, and then, yeah, we're gonna need like barrels and stuff for them downstairs. So I'll get all that stuff going. We'll be right back. All right, so all of our mob imprisonment tools are in here, but we need a block of that item in order for us to set a barrel. So we're just gonna spawn some of these in real quick. We'll grab the blocks and we'll set the filters on the barrel. But yeah, we are now spawning quite a bit of these. How is this keeping up over here? Let's just take a look at this. Oh, that's ridiculous. Ridiculously awesome, right? All right, let's go ahead and turn this back off. We should have quite a few of the blocks that we're looking for in this diamond chest here. Let all of this other stuff get out of there real quick. Okay, so I'm noticing that we have stone. So one of those I set incorrectly, and that must be the Supremium, unless we just can't spawn that one in. Let's take a look here. Ah. Yep, that one was done incorrectly. So we need to turn this on a little bit longer so we're getting the correct ones. Okay, I think, yeah, we've gotten some of the red ones in there, so we don't need that on for super long. We just need enough so we can set the filter. Okay, so now that we have that, we have Supremium, Superium, Intermedium, Prudentium, and Inferium. And these things can go away. Cool. So yeah, we have all of the things that we need. So now the next step is that we need to go ahead and get those barrels going. So barrel, and I know I have the infinity, the ones that are already preset in here, but I'm not seeing them. Do those... Oh, I wonder if those got tossed when I did the thing, when I like transferred all the stuff over there. Maybe they did. I don't know. Yeah, I know I had a bunch of them in here. All right, well, anyway, let's grab 5 of those and then 5 of these, and then I'll just have to do the thing, hit them with the hammer or whatever, so they have their correct shape and size. That's not gonna work. Let's move this one. Okay, so we need this barrel hammer so I can hit these and they're all the full block. Okay, and then we can put the infinity in there. So that's all good. And then we just go ahead and throw these, each one of these in there. And then the other thing is we have to go through and lock them, which is kind of a pain, but whatever. I guess I can't do that with this. So shift right click, lock true on each one of these things. So if we take out the last item, it doesn't like free up the barrel, like it'll always have that pattern stuck on it. Okay, so now that's all done. We just need to add that up there. So I guess I'll just punch vein mine. I think that should be okay. In before, oh no, what happened? Oh, they all got collected. I was gonna say in before it somehow takes down my whole wall here too. That'd be awful. All right, well, let's go ahead and throw these guys up here. So I kind of want these in order. So Inferium. Yeah, we'll do that one first. And then we want Prudentium. Cool, so now we have over 3 stacks of each type of block, which is fantastic. So that means we should be able to make the rest of this armor now with relatively no more problems, I hope. So we're trying to make the Intermedium, which required us to have a whole bunch of this Intermedium ingot. So Intermedium, now that we have this, we can grab like 2 stacks of those. And then we need the Intermedium armor core, so we need 4 of those. And does that require... No, it's not crafting any of those ingots. It's just doing some other stuff here. All right, so those should be pretty fast for that all to craft up. These recipes here for these ingots, we can probably go ahead and get rid of those at this point. Don't think we're going to be using those too much. So Intermedium armor core. So there's this guy, then this one. And just take a look at this real quick. So that's 7 armor and 1 toughness, 6 armor and 0.75. So each one is just slightly better than the last. And then there's also the upgrades that you can do to these armors too, on top of just like their base stuff. And then I think you can enchant them as well. So there's a whole bunch of stuff you can do with this. So this gives a step assist for the entire set. But yeah, so that's yet another one done. So I'm gonna go ahead and complete the Superium and the Supremium, and then we'll be back. And there we go, there's a Supremium armor. Yeah, it looks pretty cool. It has 26 armor. So if I do a shift right click, you can see the armor that we had here has 42 armor. You can see on our armor, we have 4 orange shirts. And when we come over here, we have full orange shirts and 3 yellow shirts, or whatever color that is. I guess that's yellow. I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, this armor, the dragon armor, is definitely better overall. This armor looks okay. But one thing that's nice about this armor, if I take off the chest plate, I can still fly, right? If I put it back on, we're flying. If I take it off, it makes me stop flying, but I can still fly with a knot on, whereas, oh, I guess I should put this back on. Yeah, as we saw before, this armor over here, if we try doing that same thing, if I'm flying, if I take off a piece, it makes me fall, and then it prevents me from flying at all. Yeah, anyway, this is better armor. It has way more protection. It has way more of the toughness. It has a 90% chaos resistance. Plus, we have the protection and unbreaking on there, plus the mending. It's just better armor than this stuff. But this is still pretty good, but I don't think we're going to be using it all. So the next step after this is to make the champion workbench. So the champion workbench is using pretty much all the same stuff that we did before. The workbench, the high-tech bench, and the ulti-tech bench. Some orange dye and some compressed netherrack, all of that kind of stuff. And that all has to be made, I didn't see. It has to be done on the ulti-tech bench. So I need all the different benches. One of each of these. Shift right click to pull one item out at a time. We need some of the lava crystals. I don't even know how many we need. What else do we need here? The ultimate material, orange, and then compressed. Ultimate, orange, and then netherrack. I'm not sure if I have compressed, crushed, lively. Can we just do this? Oh, we can. Boom. There we go. And then I needed some of that. I'm not sure how much I needed, but it's fine. So champion bench, done. Awesome. So we'll go ahead, wait for the quest complete. We'll plop that there. Yeah, so this is much bigger. Okay, so now that we have the champion bench done, the next armor tier is the dark matter armor. I don't really know if this is going to be difficult for us to do or not. No, that's really easy. Just a bunch of dark matter. All right, let's do that. Dark matter. Grab a few stacks of that. The supreme armor, I need to go ahead and take off the armor stand. Okay, and then over here, we will turn that into dark matter armor. So we want this guy. So that gives us less armor, more toughness. Okay, well, this isn't our final stop. Obviously, the Draconic or the Avaridia armor will be our final stop here. I'm just kind of looking to see if there's any differences here that are noteworthy when we do this. Oh, I'm missing one dark matter. All right. Dark. Fingers on the keys. Where am I? Dark matter. And one more of these guys. And the boots. Sweet. So there's yet another quest complete. Man, we're knocking all of these out today. All right, so dark steel armor. So that's just dark steel plus the previous armor. The dark steel, as we all know, is pretty good stuff. Yeah. You can enchant it and you can upgrade it, and it takes like RF for like damage reduction, all sorts of things like that. Let me go ahead and bookmark each one of these, and we'll grab some dark steel. Yep, so we'll grab just a few stacks of that. I'm not sure how much we need. Okay, so the dark helmet. Does this have EMC? This doesn't have EMC, so I can't learn that. These don't have EMC either, so we don't have like a checkpoint yet for our armor. The dragon armor that we're currently using does have that. And again, we're missing one. All right. And there we go. There's our dark steel armor, which is fantastic. Next one is end steel armor. I didn't even know this was a thing. So I assume this is slightly better than the dark steel armor since it comes after it. So the dark boots is 2 and 1. This one is 4 and 3. That's actually significantly better. Wow. I had no idea that the ender stuff was that much better. It is. Okay, so to do that, again, it is end steel ingots, and then we need guardian diodes. Oh, does each one of those require guardian diode? Looks like it. Okay, do we have... We don't have a guardian diode. So guardian... The guardian diode Energetic. Oh, that's really easy. I just never set up a recipe for this. I guess we can just set up a recipe right now. So we'll do one of those, this, that. Don't need that. Okay. I think we should have everything in the system. Silicon, we'll swap that to the other type of silicon. Re-encode that one, and then slice and splice. Okay, so I want to make a Guardian diode. And once we make one of those, we should have 1,000,000 of those in the system, since those have EMC, and there it is. Awesome. So now we need just 4 of these guys. And then we need the end steel. Grab a few extra stacks this time so we don't don't run out and I have to grab like 4 more. All right, so Champion Bench. So Ender Boots. Sweet. Ender Leggings. Awesome. Ender Plate. And finally, the Ender Helmet. Nice. Yeah, that feels pretty good, getting these quests done. So I'm curious, since I haven't used this stuff before, possible upgrades: micro anvil, empowered, and flippers. So this is just pretty much the same as the dark stuff, except it has a higher armor and toughness by default. So that's pretty cool. I like that little upgrade here. So Flux Infused Armor. I was looking at this a little bit ago, and if we go to, oh, I don't know, which is under IDA? Yeah. So we've been using this jetpack when we have to go to dimensions that disallow creative flight. This jetpack uses 8,000 RF per tick. It holds 80 million. But I noticed that the Flux Infused jet plate here, this only uses 50 RF per tick. Like, the jetpack is super expensive and super power hungry. This one just kind of sips the power a little bit and holds 10 times the power storage. Not that that really matters since we have, you know, wireless RF, but I thought that was kind of interesting to know anyway. I think we're going to have to use, the Flux Infused chest plate in order to make this, to complete that quest. And this is quite the recipe here, but the chest plate itself requires Flux Armor plating, which is Flux Electrum plates and Flux crystals. So those have EMC, and the Flux Electrum does not, apparently. But we do have this, so I guess if maybe we'll hold off on going any further with the armor at this point. I think we've done quite a bit of the armor stuff today. So let's go over here. We will claim that stuff. So we can upgrade to the end steel armor, I think. Well, let's see. If we're at full orange plus 3 of those shirts, if we swap over to this armor, it has less overall armor. But I think we can upgrade these, and this might be better. What does this even look like? Oh, that's weird looking. It's almost like camo or something. Huh, do I like it? I don't know. I'm kind of a little tired of using this Ender Dragon armor, though. I'm not sure if it's really worth upgrading at this point. I don't know. I guess I'll give that a little bit of a thought here before I just go ahead and do it. We'll stick that there. We'll put this armor back on. And yeah, I wanted to finish up. Let's see, back to this quest line. This page that we're already on. Which, can I close this? Can I close that? Okay, yeah, I wanted to knock out these watering cans, and then also I saw that there was this one right here, which required fertilizer, which requires us to make a sewage composter, which we never did before because this was expensive at the time, and I forgot to do it since then. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and start knocking out the watering cans, but I did see that this watering can requires fertilized essence in order to make the fertilization core. These do have EMC, but we don't have a single fertilized essence, and I think you get those from manually breaking, not like the right-click harvesting with the crop sticks, but like growing them up normally, the mystical agriculture crops, and like smacking them, you know, punching them, and then replanting the seed. Yeah, I think that's what we're gonna end up doing here. So let's go ahead. We'll get rid of this, and we gotta find something. It doesn't really matter which seed it is, just as long as we have extras of them. I guess we can do, yeah, pretty much any one of these will be fine. So enter biotite, for instance. We'll do that, and I'll grab some dirt here. All right, and then we just need to hoe that down so we can actually plant crops on it. And I should have the mattock in here somewhere. There it is. Doot, 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 doot. Awesome. And then crop sticks. These guys here. So we're going to do that just so I can duplicate these seeds a few times. So this will grow. I don't have my tick acceleration over here. Well, anyway, we're going to let these things grow. They're going to duplicate into these other ones so we have extra seeds and we're not wasting our 10, 10, 10 ones, right? So yeah, we'll go ahead and let those duplicate. I'm going to remove the crop sticks, plant them down just normally on the soil, and then break them with my fortune. This is Silk Touch. I need my fortune pickaxe, and hopefully we'll be able to get the essence pretty quickly. All right, so tick acceleration is ready to go. We have 5 ender biotite seeds, and we have 5 over here. So we're just going to go ahead and plant these down normally, which will make them lose their 10, 10, 10 effect. But yeah, since we have the tick acceleration with the sprinklers here, these should grow decently fast. All we need is just 1 of those fertilized essence, and we're done. That's it. We're already done. Awesome. So we have 1 of those. We just placed that in the system, and now we have 1,000,000 fertilized essence. Awesome. So this stuff, these are non-10, 10, 10 anymore. Let's just go ahead and toss those. We don't need them. And I'm going to go ahead and make... I need to get rid of all of these things. I'm going to go ahead and make all of the... the fertilization cores. Yeah, we were just missing this stuff. So I'll make those. I'll make these watering cans, and we'll be right back. All right, so we got a animal sewer that's going to make sewage, and then we have a sewage composter, which should make this fertilizer, so we can make this final watering can here. I have the Supremium watering can ready to go, and we have these. They should be tick accelerated, although that one doesn't look like it is. This one might be. So if I stand on this, I think I produce sewage. I hope. Maybe not. Show working area. Oh, maybe it does actually have to be an animal. I thought I would produce it, but it doesn't seem like I am doing anything unless it takes a while to work. I have all these upgrades in there. Well, you know what? Let's just grab ourselves a mob imprisonment tool. Actually, we'll do it over here. Mob imprisonment tool. I'm sure we got like a cow or a bunny or something around here that we can grab. Looking at the mini map, looking for any mob faces that will appear. There we go. There is some cows. And I don't think it matters if it's a fluid cow or not, so we'll just grab this one and set it right on top of this, and that should produce what we're looking for, I would imagine. Place you down right there. Oh yeah, it's producing sewage. Awesome. And then, yeah, you know, once this thing... No! Get back over here. Nobody said you could leave. You're producing sewage. Yeah, once we get a bucket of that, I think that's what you need, or maybe it's half a bucket, I'm not sure, in order to make the fertilizer. If we take a look at that, it just says 2 buckets of sewage. We need 2 buckets. Okay, well, we're halfway there. All right, so there we go. There's our fertilizer, and we can put Mr. Cow back, or Mrs. Cow, or whatever this is, back over here. You can go ahead and just graze and be a cow. That's fine. So now that we have that, I think I need the watering can, don't I? Yeah, I need the regular watering can. So let's grab that out of here. This one. Okay, and then we should just be able to craft it right here in this terminal. Boom. So there it is. Does this have EMC? This doesn't have EMC. This doesn't. And this doesn't. Okay, so let's go ahead and do this. So we have a watering can that, you know, it's pretty decent range. This one over here has a much bigger range. This is a 9x9 area. This is a 5x5. But if you combine that with like this sword, for instance, you can like water a large area from like way back here if you really wanted to. I don't know why you'd want to do that, but it's a thing you can do. I thought that was kind of funny. Anyway, guys, let's go ahead and claim all of these. Yeah, so we've knocked out quite a bunch of quests today. We got most of the armor stuff done. There's quite a few left. Well, there's only a handful left, actually. We've knocked out quite a few. We got quite a few of the seeds done too, but there is still a lot left. I'm not sure if we're actually like 50% complete, or maybe we're exactly 50%. Yeah, well, anyway, we got a lot of stuff done today. I would like to start getting into that Draconic Evolution so we can upgrade our armor finally to like the really, really good stuff. But for right now, yeah, we're going to stick to this dragon armor. What is it called? Ender Dragon, the Ender Dragon stuff. Yeah, it doesn't have really great durability, but as far as like the actual armor protection and the toughness and all of that stuff, I think it's still okay. But anyway, that's it for today. Thank you guys for watching. Remember to leave a like on this episode if you liked it, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.